Hey, so it's August 29th, it's 2016, it's o2manyfish, and we're gonna feed the fish inside tonight. I've been shooting a lot of videos of the outside stuff lately, and so can't forget my guys inside. And let's see who comes out to eat. Alright, so if you're doing an inventory of fish, there are, we'll try to get some of them, 8 yellow tangs, 1 purple tang, 2 blue tangs, 1 chevron tang, 1 Achilles tang, 2 female Bellis angels, 1 male Bellis angel, which became male in the tank, a spawning pair of flameback angels, a joculator angel, a multicolor angel, a regal Red Sea yellow belly regal angel, flame angel, a trio of golden angels, but those are never going to show up on video, so don't bother looking for those. Multi-bar angel. Anthias, we have an assortment of Avanzi and Dispar Anthias. There's a Bourbonius Anthias in the back. We have 2 established Venustus angels. And then we have 2 brand new Venustus angels that just went in last week. And so I'm not going to call them established yet. We'll wait like a month or so to see if they come around and start eating and acting normal and things like that. There are 8 to 10 Bangai cardinals in this tank, of which more than half of them were actually born and raised in this system. Clownfish, we have a trio of regular perculas. We have a snowflake platinum, I don't know, everybody calls it a different name, but an all white percula. We have a midnight, which is an all black percula. We have a pair of black perculas, and we have 1 special misbarred, forget what the name of it is, special percula. There are 3 long spine cardinals or blue eye cardinals, depending on who you ask. Blennies and gobies and things like that, there are a ton of them that are in the tank. There's no way to keep inventory of them. There are a pair of spawning lawnmower blennies. There are a pair of spawning target mandarins. There are a pair of spawning red scooter blennies. There is 1 solitary standard green mandarin goby in there. There are a trio of spot tail blennies. There is a yellow clown goby, there is a black sailfin blenny, there is a yellow watchman goby, there's a pink striped prawn goby, there is a Randall's goby, there is a Yasahasi goby, there are barnacle blennies, there are Mexican redcap gobies, damsels, a lot of damsels. There's 2 Starkey damsels, there's 2 Stegasi damsels, there are probably 3 standard blue damsels, 3 or 4 Fiji orange-tail damsels, 10 maybe Kupang damsels, a bunch of Springer Eye damsels in there, and there's 2 that are called Sky Blue, which are just ugly gray fish, and I started off with 6 of them, I caught 4 of them, got them out. The other 2 I need to catch and get rid of them, but the wife likes them, so they're still in there. Who else do we have in there to talk about? There's more. There's a lot of fish in the tank. There is a pair of Australian blue stripe pipefish that have been in here for like 5 years now, maybe 6. There's also a Jan's pipefish that is maybe 4 to 5 years in here. There are a bunch of yellow assessors from ORA. I say bunch because I'm not sure how many. Some days I don't see any. Some days I see as many as 5. There are some Royal Grammas in the tank, 2 to 4 of the Royal Grammas. There are a lot of Pseudochromis in the tank. So they are mostly from ORA. There are some of the Arabian Pseudochromis. There are the Sankey eyes. There are Framandis. There's a trio of Springerais. There's at least one Flaviratex. And then there's a couple of the hybrid ones that ORA is putting out that are both Springerai and Sky something else mixed together. There's a Flame Hawk. And I'm not sure who else is in there popping around. But there's a lot of fish hanging out in this tank. And they seem to be pretty happy. Oh, wrasses. We have a pair of yellow chorus wrasses, and that's it. Any other wrasses I add seem to go flying out the top of the tank pretty frequently. But that's one of the joys of having an open top tank. And I'm going to stop talking for a moment and move the camera and get you guys some close-ups of some stuff. Alright, so this is the left side of the tank. We've got mostly Bali maricultured corals on this side of the tank. There's a couple Australian pieces up at the top. Some different zoanthids that I've been collecting and trying to grow on this side of the tank. But there is like this one giant turbo snail who just knocks the crap out of everything. So he makes it very, very difficult to plant stuff on this side of the tank. In the bottom left corner, you'll see the Jason Fox jack-o'-lantern or whatever it is. In the middle there is a middle bottom is a piece of Aussie monopora that's slowly taking over the rock and is strong enough it's taking out the turbinaria on the left. Coming across here in the middle we have a red planet. And next to the red planet, I'm not sure what it is, but it's a very pretty coral. If you sneak in between the red planet and my pretty tabling coral, there is a really neat purple encrusting monty from Australia with a fluorescent lime green back in there, or edge in there. Going up, there's a little green one that's being overtaken by a really pretty blue tipped, or actually purple tipped and blue tipped stag. And above that is a nice Veleta colony that I've grown out. And we'll come across, we'll pan over this direction a little bit. In the middle there, that is all Cali tort pieces that have been grown and then had areas die off and then grow as individual colonies and such. In the middle there is a big giant blue Australian stag colony that was doing really well. And then of course I had to move stuff around and I moved it. And there's a Tunzi pump buried in the bottom underneath there, and it's blowing straight up through the middle of the corals, and it started ripping the tissue off of the big blue colony, and then it progressed, it just got worse. So I believe the die-off has stopped now, but that's happened in the last week or so. Coming across the bottom, we've got some Duncans. Over here is just a menagerie of corals that we've put in. We'll pause this, let me move the camera again. Okay, so this cluster here has got purple Loizetta. There's a green, I believe, Acropora florida behind it. There is a dark blue purple Millie there. There's some more Montes. Coming up here, this is the Jake Adams purple pink Millie that he collected a year ago on one of his diving trips. And it's pretty, doesn't look like it's coming into focus. It's pretty spectacular colony. It's purple with pink on the top. You can see our giant Monty red colony in the back. That's approaching 2 feet. We'll come across over here. We got Millie in the back. There's a colony of pink lemonade. Underneath that, Montipora stellata, Cali tort. We'll pan back a little bit so you can get an idea of the middle of the tank. So the middle of the tank, we're coming down. We've got a giant colony of purple rim cap. Off behind it to the back right is a giant piece of Season's Greetings. Off on the other side, on the back wall of the tank, there's another large colony of red Monty with purple Bacillopora growing out of it, green Monty growing out of it, and purple digitata growing out of it, green star polyps behind it, and that's a pink Alveopora that's growing onto the wall that started off as a little bud. And we'll come down the middle, there's an orange microhammer, and down here on the bottom We've got a collection of Blastos. I'm making a little LPS grouping down here. So there are Blastos and Lobos and some hammers, all coming together. The piece so many people like. A giant colony of the worldwide corals Kung Pao Monty. Doing really well there with a little Formandi behind it. And then we'll come across to the left side of the tank. And there is the colony of Oregon Tort. It's pretty massive, and I haven't seen one that's bigger than that anywhere. Maybe you have, but I haven't. Come down. There's Jedi Mind Trick. Move across over here. This is our grafted Monty colony. We used to have more layers to this, but as the bottom pieces and colors got bigger, they ran into the glass and they got snapped off when we were wiping the glass for algae. And we come up to the top of the island, and we've got some pieces that have grown in nicely up here. And my wife's cocoa worms. And then down here at the bottom, our elegance corals, our Aussie elegances, which have been with us for about almost 3 years now. Some mushrooms. And that's a quick anatomy or description of the corals in the tank. Let's go look at what's on the back of the tank now. So this is the back of the tank. This is the part you can't see from the front. A lot of people don't have backs, you know. Mine's covered in rock, so I don't have to worry about cleaning it. So let's look at what's on the back of our tank. We've got a Duncan colony. We've got a couple of hammer colonies. Down here, this is a colony. Why did we stop? Oh, it didn't stop. We got a colony of Grandies, some sand pallies. There's, going back across the wall, there's a green digi colony. There's zoanthids. Up on top, lots of xenia. And if we look down the back, there's a big acro colony that you can't even see from anywhere on the front of the tank. A huge collection of orange rhodactis. And going farther over, you can't really tell with the camera, but there is corals all the way across the back of the tank. And then look at this collection up here. This is the back of the island. So we've got a purple acro, purple cap, red cap, green digitata colony, xenia. Pretty amazing collection of corals growing in the back where nobody gets to see them. And we'll look across the other side of the tank. And you can get the focus to go on the camera. No, it's not. Is it going to do it? Yeah. Now you're looking all the way across the tank. There's the giant red cap colony. And, well, that's not very exciting. Anyways, that's our video for tonight. Oh, we'll take a look. Here's the grafted Monty. There's a better angle of it. You can see the colors in it. Pretty awesome piece. Okay.